Dr. Lamb. For this video, I'm going to create two-dimensional figures with lines of symmetry using concrete models of technology using the pattern blocks as my manipulatives. Okay, so for my first thing that I would say, I would ask my students to divide our whole, see how many times they can divide our whole, and I would only give them the reds at first, and my students would play around with their manipulatives, and they would see that you can divide it 2 times, and they can see this line of symmetry right here, which makes it easier for them to see. You can divide it 2 times. Well, I would give my students another color or shape and ask them to fill in our hole. And when you fill in your hole, you can look on the hole and you can see that there are 1, 2, 3 lines right here. And so, another thing you can do is you can get a dry erase marker and you can have the students draw a line and see how many times they can cut the figure in half, and it's the same on either side. And so the line of symmetry is easier for them to see with the 2 reds because they can split it in half and they can see that this actually is the same shape as our whole, but just in 2 separate parts. For the square, I would use the dry erase marker, and you can do the same thing as I showed on the yellow, and you can do different marks, and you can see how many times you can divide the square with it still being the same size. And I would draw a line at the very top of my square, and I would ask my students, if I had scissors and I cut the square in half and right there on the line, would it be the same size on both sides of it? And I could show this with paper as well, and the students would see that no, it is not the same size or the same shape, so this is not a line of symmetry. But I could also cut it down the middle and show my students that yes, when you cut it in half right here, this is a line of symmetry because it is the same on both sides. I could do that for the diamond as well. I could draw a line right here, I could draw a line right here, and I would show my students that yes, when you indeed cut on these 2 lines, that is a line of symmetry because it is the same size on both sides.